What's up guys, Dan here, Coalcracker Bushcraft. Beautiful day here in lovely Pennsylvania. We just finished up yesterday our basic bushcraft class. Everybody who took it did a wonderful job. Great job to all of you. Round of applause. And at the class we did a ton of different stuff, and some of that stuff included some sewing projects and actually processing out bank line and jute twine. Now although that wasn't like the main topic of the demo itself or the activity itself, it was something that you're going to come across at some point in your bushcraft and outdoor career, and that is learning to use your tools in multiple different ways. So a good example of this is with sewing. So many of us carry this bank line, which is a tarred nylon line. With that, it might be a little bit too thick to sew some of the projects, such as the belt pouches or even the browse beds that we were making at the class itself. So rather than carrying thread along, now I'm not saying there's anything wrong with carrying thread, but you have thread built right in here. You just have to process this stuff down. So this is 3-strand, same as our jute twine. We carry this for binding, but then it also works really good to break it down and utilize it for fire starting. So we're going to cover both of those ways and some little tricks, because this was one of them things that I took away from class as an instructor. I was like, wow, people like these little tips all the time, so we're going to share this with everybody. So on the tarred bank line, okay, when you purchase it, you want to make sure you're getting twisted, not braided bank line. That is very important. I have not found any positives to the braided nylon line out here in the wilderness type setting. So you want to go with just the twisted, okay? And the reason for that is we can untwist it, and then we can get from the untwisting smaller strands of that line. So we go from 3-strand down to, for sewing purposes, just 1 single strand, and it works really, really nice. But here's the problem. Once you get this started, it's very hard to sit here and just keep doing this, because it's sort of catching on itself. Now it's possible, and some people will sit and do that, but there's a quicker, more efficient and easier way. So for the sewing project, we really only needed like about 2 foot, little over 2 foot of this broken down. So this is all you got to do. You're gonna first split your 3 twisted braids. You're gonna split a single one off of that, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna hold on with your fingers to the single braid, and then the double braid has to go in between your teeth, unfortunately, and then your other hand is going to hold the bottom of the line here. So once I do that, all that I'm going to do then is pull the single strand, and I'm going to let my other hand help roll the line over, and you're going to watch how easy this comes apart then. Look at that. Look at, whoa, it's going nice and quick. Now if you have a long line and you start running out of space here, just like this, what you want to do is be careful when you let this go, because see how that's going to twist up on itself? So when that happens, just give it a little tug and just work it out with your fingers. I call just smoothing it out on both sides. Smooth it out, takes 2 seconds, and then back to your position, rolling that out, and then come back and smooth it out. Roll it out, smooth it out, and literally that quick, that's probably almost 2.5 feet. I have a single strand that's great for sewing and everything else. So that is the most efficient way to get that stripped down. Now that will also work with the jute twine to get that down to a single strand, but generally when we're taking the jute twine down to a smaller strand, it's because we want to use it for fire making purposes. So jute twine is a natural element that is made of the jute plant. So if we process all of these individual strands down, it will go back to its somewhat raw form, become fluffy, and it's great for birds' nests. So rather than doing big long strands of this, what I tell people to do is grab your knife and cut it into reasonably sized sections, about 4 to 6 inches. So same process here. I grab it, give it a twist, comes right apart. And then you could do the same thing if you have 2 strands left, if they're not just falling apart on their own. 1 in between your teeth, roll it out, and it's done that quick. Now if you don't know anything about the jute twine, and we were saying to use it for fire starting, that simply just pulls apart like this. a little bit more with your fingers. It literally takes almost no time to do this. Well, a little bit of time, but it's not as long as you would think. If you want to make a big like bird's nest out of this, a solid 5 minutes of work with these little 4-inch pieces, it works really quick. So you can see already, look at how much we got there, eyeballs worth. All right, so there you go. That is a quick tip, another tool for the toolbox. If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe down below. You can also check us out at coalcrackerbushcraft.com for all our classes, our gear, and our blog. And until next video, keep on twisting, stay in the woods.